Hi, I'm Jenna with Monument Pharmacy. Today I'm going to talk to you about how to administer your topical gel or cream-based medication. Depending on your unique prescription, Monument Pharmacy is going to be providing you with pre-filled syringes. You also get a little cheat sheet here that's going to have some instructions on it and basically go over everything I say today. But if you're like me, you learn by watching. So, because this medication is transdermal or absorbed through your skin, it's very important to have a barrier between your skin, your fingers, and the medication. Either have a glove on, a finger cot, or even some patients have even used just like a little Ziploc baggie or something. But it's very important so that if you're giving medication to your animal, you're not absorbing their medicine. Or if you're giving it to yourself, that you then go and hug on a loved one and possibly transmit that to them. You will not want to use a cotton swab or anything else to apply the medication because it will absorb the medication and then your dosing would be incorrect. Okay, now I'm going to give you a close-up of these. So here is the 1 milliliter syringe. You can see here, and this goes up in increments of 0.1 milliliter. So it's 0 to 1 milliliter. This whole thing is filled today. So it's filled with 1 milliliter of medication. And I marked it here with a little Sharpie just for the video purposes and because I need readers and I can't see that. But a common dose would be 1/4 ml. So if the prescriber wants you to give 1/4 ml of medication, you could think of just splitting up the syringe in fourths. And again, I marked it with a little Sharpie here. In that case, you would take off the blue cap, okay? And you can see a little black top of the plunger. This is the white part that we push up. The black part on top, you're gonna wanna think of underlining or just meeting your dose. That's the part that you're gonna wanna have go right up to your first line. So again, if we're giving 1/4 of this whole syringe, your first dose, you would push up to the 7.5, and that went really quickly because I was faking y'all out there and had it all the way down, but it will move a little slower, and I'll show you that. But you would go right to the 7.5, which is in between the 7 and the 8 right there. Your next, you would put the lid back on and store as indicated. Your next dose, whenever that is, you would then push up to the 0.5 milliliters. The following dose would be up to the 0.25, and your last dose, you would push it all the way up to 0. Now, for the 3 milliliter syringe we have here, okay, and this is pre-filled to just to 2 milliliters. It's a 3 milliliter syringe. However, for one reason or another, you only need 2 milliliters. Okay, let's take off the blue lid. And let's say that your veterinarian prescribed your cat to have 0.5 milliliters. Now you can hold it like this if you'd like. I kind of like to hold it like this. I feel like I have a little bit more control. Do whatever works for you. So 0.5 would be moving it from the 2 to the 1.5. The next dose would be to the 1, and the last dose would be, the fourth dose would be to the 0.5, and then the last would be to the 0. So for today, we're just gonna slowly compress the medication, and I already did it. So let's say it starts here. So we are just gonna push it to the 1, pushing 0.5 milliliters out. Now I have my dose right here. So for human, you're just gonna follow whatever your prescriber says and put that on your body. For a dog, it's wise, a lot of people just shave a little spot on their stomach and put the medication there and let that absorb. For a cat, this is way easier than giving a pill, but for a cat, you're gonna wanna hold it like this, especially if you don't have help administering the medication. So wrap a little towel around it. It gives you a little bit more control and keeps the cat from pawing at you. Now, where you put the medication, and if you remember, we just pushed out the dose. I've got it here on a gloved finger. You're gonna just gently rub it in for 10-15 seconds until it's absorbed into the inner part of the cat's ear here. You do not wanna put it on the back part where the hair, the fur is, and you never want to stick it down into the canal. So you just gently rub it in there. Okay, and then you can see it's all absorbed. And then it's also wise at this point to have a wet washcloth or a cotton ball to gently clean out the opposite ear. And what that's going to do is it's just going to prep you and get you ready for the next dose and remove if there's any buildup there from the prior dose. Okay, so what I mean by that is if your veterinarian wants you to give more medication tomorrow, you'd come back, put the medication in this ear and clean this ear. Then the following day, you put the medication in this ear and clean this ear, okay? Then it's always good to give your cat a little love and a treat so that she'll want to come back and do it again the next time. So again, if you have any questions or concerns, just feel free to stop by, give us a call. We're here for you and we would love to help you out. Thank you.